Hey! Some adobo! What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video! So as you guys read by the title of today's video, we're gonna be making pasteles! If you guys didn't know, my girlfriend Dachy is Puerto Rican! So you want to go ahead and tell them what pasteles is, baby?
Well, basically, for all my Hispanic, Mexican, if you know what a tamal is, or you're from Venezuela and you know what is ayaca, well, basically, pasteles, as we call it, is basically, it's like or way to say tamales in Spanish, but Puerto Rican version.
Yeah, so basically what it is instead of using the corn masa like a traditional tamale like the Mexicans use, we're going to be using a mixture of different root vegetables, some green bananas, and the filling is a lot different. We're going to be using pork. These pasteles include olives, a little bit of red pepper. It's super delicious. I fell in love with them once I tried them. And Christmas time is here, so you know, since my love is far away from home right now, I had to make her some pasteles so she feels a little bit of that BORIQUA sazon. Hey! So let's get started. Okay, so the first step that we're going to be doing to make these pasteles is start off with the filling. So the filling consists of pretty much whatever you want it to. People use chicken, people use beef, people use ground beef, but today we're going to be using some pork. So I got some pork chops, and what we're going to be doing is kind of disinfecting it or something. I don't know. I traditionally did not grow up eating pork in my household, so she's the master here. So I guess what her and her mom like to do is kind of soak that pork in a little bit of lemon, some vinegar to maybe clean it up a little bit, or is it to get rid of the taste, or
just to like kind of like for your brain to like wash it, because you know they say that pigs are like dirty animals. So I know some people probably they just wash it with warm water, or they just like boil it too, because you know that's the thing. But I like to put lemon on it.
Okay, so as you can see, she's squirting some of that lemon onto the pork right here. Make sure you get both sides, guys. Make sure you get both sides. A little spritz of vinegar. And what Puerto Rican dish would this be without some garlic? Ajo! Woo!
Oops, bloopers. We lost one now. Hi guys, we have here all the seasoning that we're gonna use. And the chef, she lost one garlic already.
So let me tell you guys what I put into the guisado. So I just put a little bit of onion. We already have the pork boiling, and then of course plenty of garlic. Okay, now, so I'm gonna tell you guys something. We listen and we don't judge. To all my boricuas, please cut me some slack right now. We're in California. I have no excuse not to make my own of this, but I'm gonna use the jarred one. So next we have, well, this one is the recaito. So a Puerto Rican dish cannot be a Puerto Rican dish without some sofrito. So we're gonna use the green version of it, because us personally in this household, this is the one that we like the best. Of course, it's better for you to go ahead and dice up some peppers, some onions, garlic, and all that good stuff and make it yourself. But we're using store-bought today. Don't judge me, please. So we're gonna go ahead and make sure that we put tons and tons in there. You can also fry some of this up first if you want to, just to make a little bit more of that flavor pop. But we're just gonna dump it into the guisado because it's still gonna be delicious.
Oops.
I like a lot. This girl doesn't, but I do. So next what we're gonna do is we're gonna put a bay leaf into there. This is something that is commonly found when somebody's making a guisado or picadillo. So we're just gonna go ahead and put one of those into there. You can put as much as you like. Me personally, I don't like too pungent of a flavor. So we're just gonna be using one today. And of course, like I mentioned, we talked about the sofrito. There's 2 other ingredients, besides the garlic, so I guess you can say 4, that could not make a Puerto Rican dish without it. And the next one we have some adobo.
Woo! That's my favorite one to use for everything.
So we're gonna go ahead and just add as much as you'd like to the dish.
Little salty.
We're gonna start off with that and then see where we go from there. And the next ingredient, of course, Sazon Goya. Woo! So the Puerto Rican girl, she wants to do the honors with the sazon. Here you go.
It's because I love to put sazon in everything too. Look at that redness.
It's gonna give everything a nice, beautiful flavor and color. There you go. You already see that gorgeous red color into there. And now we're just gonna add a little bit more of the staples. So I have some garlic powder. We put fresh garlic into there, but can never go too wrong with some extra garlic, especially in a Puerto Rican dish.
Show it.
And then we're gonna add some onion powder. We're gonna add some black pepper. I personally like a little bit of chicken powder, caldo de pollo, chicken bouillon, whatever you want to call it. You really don't need this because honestly it has a lot of salt from the sazon and from the adobo. But I'm just going to add a little splash of it because I feel like this makes everything taste better. Then we're going to add just a little bit of cumin.
And now what? Now we wait.
Yeah, some people, so at the end you guys are going to see that we're going to put some olives and a little bit of red peppers into there. Some people add it right into this guisado already, but I personally like to just garnish it because that's how my suegra showed me to do it. So that's how we're going to be doing it today. We're skimming out some of that fat from the pork chops now. Okay, so now that we have the amazing guisado boiling, it smells so good, guys. We're gonna go ahead and get the masa ready now. So what we're personally using for the masa today,
Yautía, but I think here they call it malanga or something.
Yeah, so it's called yautía. There was 2 of them at the market here. Personally, as I mentioned, we're not in Puerto Rico right now, we're in California. So we headed over to one of our local Latin markets and we found 2 different types. We just thought that this one looked a little bit more similar, but I'm gonna show it to you guys. I believe it may be from the taro family. So it's something, depending on where you're located, you have to make sure to look for the right one. And then aside from that, we have some green bananas. Do not confuse this with plantains. This is different than plantains. This is just basically bananas that are at their greenest state and they haven't ripened at all. And then we have some pumpkin right here. We were gonna do some of all yuca, but these are the traditional ones that this girl right here loved to eat, grew up eating. So I'm trying to keep it as traditional as I can for her. I am not Puerto Rican myself, but of course, being with her, I've been exposed to the culture a lot. And my love language is to make food for her so she can be happy. I know it's hard to be away from home, especially during the holidays. So of course I got to make my BORIQUA some pasteles for Christmas time. And we're actually going to go ahead and peel these up and then put them in the food processor to make the masa. So as you can see, we're peeling the vegetables, and then what we want to do is we want to cut it up nice and small so that way it can fit into the food processor and puree up nicely. Guys, look at our tiny food processor. Have you ever seen a food processor that small?
This is my hand.
Oh my god, don't judge us, guys. We actually just got it right now because the last time that we were making these, actually my suegra, she was grating everything by hand. And you know, first world problems, we're not about to do all that. So we actually invested into a food processor. We got one this small. We're gonna learn right now if it was a mistake or not to see how challenging it's gonna be to make sure to get all these ingredients pureed. But hey, at least we don't have to grind it by hand like back in the 1900s, baby. Babe, do you think that when, you know, like the grandmas and the tias, do you think when they make it and they grate it by hand, the pasteles come out tasting better?
Yeah, probably. Do you think?
I'm still not about to do all that.
But guess what? I am doing it, but not by hand. Okay, now it's my turn. Little bit of water. Let's start with small pieces. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. Ooh, guys. Ooh, I'm scared.
Hold it down.
Yeah, my boy. Pasteles, here we come. Ooh.
That's good.
Oh. Heck yeah, my boy.
So as you can see here, we have Dachy doing all of the hard work right here.
Nah, nothing compares doing the calabaza thing.
Oh yeah,
Pumpkin
exactly.
cheese.
Making sure to get off all of the peels from the green bananas. It is stuck on there, guys, so this is probably one of the most challenging things. But so far, hey, look! We have our masa right there. We have our pork right here. Ooh, we are about to get on that assembly line and make some bomb pasteles. Okay guys, so we got all in our zone and we forgot to film a few steps, but don't worry, let me explain this to you guys. So basically what we did now is, look, we have our beautiful masa is all ready right here. And what I did, I don't know if you're supposed to do this or not, but I just added a little bit of sazon and a little salt into there. And now for the final step for the masa, let me show you guys what this step entails. So I forgot to film it, but what I did was I just got some oil and got it heating, and I put these little red seeds in there to give it this gorgeous red color. And for those of you that don't know, what we use is actually this anato seed, also called achiote, which gives the pasteles that vibrant, nice red color to it. So basically what I did is I got that oil, got the color into it, and now we're gonna go ahead and add it into the masa. So we went ahead and mixed some of that oil into the masa, and I also put some salt, a little bit extra salt, and look at that beautiful color that it has. It's more of a yellow color because we mixed it in with the red of the achiote, and also has that pumpkin in there, so it has like gorgeous like yellowish orange color. And now what I'm doing is I'm actually shredding up some of the pork because we want nice and little chunks to go into the pastel because we don't want big chunks in there. So we're gonna go ahead and do that, and then after it's gonna be time to assemble. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so we got our pork shredded up for the filling in here. It looks so good. I'm so tempted to eat it, but no, we need it for that filling. So now what we're gonna do is we have our wrapping to go ahead and assemble them. So this is banana leaf right here. Different from your traditional Mexican tamales, which use the corn husks. We're gonna be using the banana leaf here. And then besides that, we are also going to be using some parchment paper to wrap them up, and then some of this little string right here. It's super fun. This is definitely something that a lot of families bond by making and assembling them, and it's definitely a staple of Christmas. So we're gonna show you guys how we do it.
And I wanna be next to you.
What are you doing here now?
I don't even know. How do you call this in English?
So she's kind of toasting the banana leaves here to dry them up and maybe harden them or something. We don't know why we're doing this. All we know is that her mom made us do this last time, so we're kind of following these footsteps because I think maybe you don't want it to be too wet and you might want it to be a little stiff.
No,
I don't know. If you happen to know, please drop it down in the comments below so that way we can know why we're doing this. Okay guys, so now for the fun part, assembly time. So we already have our pork mixture. We have our banana leaves toasted. I got some olives. I personally like the ones that are stuffed with minced pimientos. I know that these are usually the ones that they use, no?
Yes.
Yeah. And then we have some sliced pimientos here just to get a little bit extra. We already cut up our little parchment paper and the string. So now for the first part, which I'm nervous about, honestly, because I I haven't done this in a whole year, guys. So I'm gonna be honest, I did have to watch a little video to see how this is assembled. Hopefully we do a good job, and I am super ready to be done with this because I'm hungry. How about you?
Yes, I got one. Some pasteles.
We are ready to eat some pasteles. So let's watch us assemble this, guys. So you know, I gotta make sure that the olives taste good. I love olives. Who else loves olives? This girl, she doesn't.
Not me. Definitely not me.
She doesn't like olives. She's crazy, huh?
Ugh.
But chocolate, yeah, huh?
Of course.
So we're trying to get our assembly line ready. Okay, so let me show you guys how I'm gonna assemble these. Guys, please do not come for me in the comments. I just did a practice run and it's kind of tricky, you know, my technique is not quite there, but let me show you guys. Let me show you guys. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and lay down the parchment paper that we cut in half. Next, we're gonna go ahead and get the banana leaf and then just place it right on top of there. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna lay a little bit of the liquid from the pork onto the banana leaf. I'm imagining this is probably so it won't stick or something, but I know that this is definitely one of the steps here. Next, we're gonna go ahead and get some of the masa. Okay, next step, we're gonna add some of the pork mixture right into the middle. And don't be shy with the pork either, guys. You want it to be nice and stuffed. Okay, next we're gonna add in 2 of those olives. And a little bit extra of the pimientos. Doesn't have to be perfect, guys. What matters the most is the taste at the end, right? So now what I'm gonna do first is we're gonna go ahead and fold this in half. Make sure you tuck in the masa as best as you can. And then fold this right over. Now to do the sides, we're gonna tuck that masa right in there. Fold that in. Now for the next part, we have it nice and folded. And now to get our little string so we can tie it up so it can sit nicely in while it's boiling and not come out. So this is a specific technique. This technique of putting this little string, honestly, probably when my suegra was teaching me how to do this, she was like, this girl must be really dumb, because she had to teach me a lot of times on how to do this. And if you guys see here, I don't even know if I'm doing it right, but what she did tell me was as long as it's nice and secure, that's what matters. Not too bad, huh? So now that we have this one ready, we're just gonna put them all to the side, and the last step is gonna be just boiling them up and enjoying. So I'm curious to see how I did for technically my first time by myself without the suegra here, and we're gonna have the real Puerto Rican judge let us know how we did. Dachy, VIP, If you're a BORIQUA, comment down in the comments below. All right, so once they're ready in this beautiful little package, what you have to do is you have to put them to boil. It's gonna take about 20 to 30 minutes. It's almost ready. I'll let you guys know what the final product looks like. Okay, so we opened our first one. Ooh, first impression, what do you think of it?
Just don't mind too much this little hole is because we tested it to make sure that it was cooked already, okay? But now you're gonna try it and see.
Okay, so first of all, guys, you gotta make sure that you eat this with ketchup. That's a must. That's just how they eat it. I know the Mexicans don't put any ketchup on it, but this is how this goes, okay? A little bit of ketchup there. I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm gonna let you try it first and see what you think, because you're the Puerto Rican here. What do you think?
Tastes just like my mama's.
Right? That's what I was thinking too. I was like, it tastes just like your mom's one, right? What do you think? You think we did good?
We did good.
Okay. Seriously. 0 out of 10? What would you rate it?
I will give it a 9.
9?
And only because I feel like we needed to put more salt, a little bit more salt.
You're saying this girl doesn't like salt that much, but surprisingly, okay, I'll take it. 9 out of 10. I would probably say, yeah, I think I would give it a 9 out of 10 because it's really good, and I feel like there's always room for improvement with food. But we did good, babe.
We should. Want to start selling some if you guys live in Los Angeles?
Let us know. Drop it down in the comments below. I think we did good. To be honest, it took us how many hours?
We started like at 7 or 8, and it's 11:30.
5 hours, dude. Now I understand why all the tias freeze some of these in their freezer to have it ready to go, because this definitely took a lot of work. Okay, sorry guys, we have to let you go because it's time to eat. See you guys on the next one. If you like this video, go ahead and drop a like and be sure to subscribe to our channel. We'll see you on the next one. Love ya.